welcome to the 15-Minute Gamer Awards 2017. My name is Tony, and I'm going to have a look back at my top 5 games of the year, my bottom, the worst 5 games of the year in my opinion. Also, the mobile game of the year, we've got some special mentions in there, and the Twitter Choice Award. So without further ado, let's get started. The mobile game of the year is... Yes, I know what you're thinking. This is very much unlike me, but Animal Crossing Pocket Camp. And yeah, this was just my instant choice for mobile game of the year. I'm not a huge mobile gamer, but this one had me hooked. I was playing it every opportunity I got, when I was lying in bed, when I was waiting for food, when I got up in the morning, just all the time. It is such a great mobile game, and it fits perfectly into that genre that just give it 5 minutes and then come back later on. That's what it's designed for. That's why the wait time is designed for. It's not as intrusive with its microtransactions as a lot of mobile games. I never felt forced to use them. Yes, it has its flaws, and once I got to level 21, I did get a bit bored with it. But for that 2 weeks I was playing it, I was just thought this was a brilliant game. It was really good. Go and get it checked out, even though if Nintendo's not your normal thing. And now the Twitter Choice Award, which was voted for by people on, strange enough, Twitter. And the winner is Horizon Zero Dawn. Yes, I can completely see why this is in the list. It's a game I played. Luckily, I was like, oh my god, there's so many games here I haven't played. But yes, I did put quite a few hours into this, and I really enjoyed the storyline. I enjoyed the characters. The graphics were fantastic. Sound design was good. Level design was really good. For me, just the side missions were a little bit too repetitive, and I started to get a little bit bored towards the end. But I can completely see why people love and fell in love with this game. Now it's time for some special mentions. These are games that didn't quite fit into the list, but good or bad, I'm going to talk about them. Million Onion Hotel is just a fantastic example of what mobile gaming could be. It is a lot of fun. It's got a cool little storyline running through it. Yes, you have to pay, but there's no microtransactions or anything. Just go and get it. Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. Yes, I know you're going to say, this came out in 2016. Yes, it did, but I played it in 2017. And you know what? It is one of the best single-player shooter experiences I've had in a very long time. The campaign is fantastic. It is so well put together, really nice paced, not too long. The characters are great, and everything's just fantastic about it. Emerge NYC, a game I was so excited about because you get to be the emergency services around New York, but it's a typical early access game that's far too ambitious for the developer. I know it's an early access, but it is buggy, laggy, the physics are terrible, there's nothing to do, and it's not been developed very well. So yeah, it's a game to avoid. Destiny 2, a game that's went from, yeah, it's alright, to just absolutely terrible. It has been just designed to take as much money out of you as possible. It is full of loot crates. It's got DLC that's locking things you had access away to already. Its festive event has things locked away in the Eververse and stuff. It is just such a game that's designed. It's a free-to-play MMO with a massive big price tag. $60. You're not even getting the base game anymore. You're getting less than that. You have to spend. And yeah, it's a bit of fun with friends, but sorry, it's an alright game, or was, but it's just locked behind all this stuff, and Activision know exactly what they're doing with it. Forza 7. I love the Forza series. It's fantastic. However, this game was absolutely ruined by being made to be purposely grindy and things locked behind these loot crates just to make extra money from people. It's a single player racing experience. It doesn't need them. It worked perfectly fine in all the other Forzas, and now it's just been changed for the bad, and I was so disappointed with this. And also, I want to make some special mentions to games like 911 Operator, Horizon Zero Dawn, Helium Raid, X-Morph Defense, the F1 game, all really good. Project Cars 2. There is a lot of good games this year, and there's been a lot of poor ones too. It's been a very mixed year for game, but just special mentions to all of them. I couldn't include them in this video because it would just go on forever and ever and ever. And now it's time for the main event. It starts with my 5th poop game and then goes good, bad, until we get to the best game of the year. So if you have any comments, leave them below if you agree or disagree. But anyway, this is just in my opinion, and I hope you enjoy it. Best place to start. Number 5. Agents of Mayhem. Yeah. I had a lot of expectations for this game. I love Saints Row. I thought of it, an 80s kids cartoon type game set in the Saints Row universe was just going to be great, and it wasn't. It was such a massive letdown. It was repetitive. The mission design wasn't very good. Didn't like the vehicles in it. The city was just far too quiet. I didn't feel alive. I didn't really like the voice acting. I wasn't too keen on the characters. It was just a terrible, terrible game. And it's such a shame to see, you know, like Saints Row was always the pauper of the Grand Theft Autos, and I really enjoyed them. And then this came along, and it had some good aspects, like the cartoons. Some of the cartoon cutscenes were really good, but they just didn't happen enough. The characters could have been loads better. I would have loved to see more to it as well. The switching didn't work. It was full of bugs, full of glitches. It's just not a very good game, really. 5. Heat Signature. This is one of them games that just came out of nowhere for me. I wasn't expecting it. It wasn't on my radar, which is rare for a PC game for me. And the best way to describe it is you have to sneak onto a spaceship. You have to either steal something, kill something, rescue something, capture someone, and then go on a murder spree. And it's kind of up to you how to do the mission. So you can go on, you can be stealthy, you can do this. You got to fly your pod on the spaceship, which is a real cool little challenge. It's actually very difficult. It's got permadeath on. You can then take the spaceship out and capture it if you want, and there's a massive galaxy to explore. There's quite a few hours of gameplay in here for something you wouldn't really think would contain it. You can slow time down so you can shoot someone, then slow time down and throw your gun at them, and you'll be making mistakes, and that's what it's about them replaying and trying something new, trying something new. It's got a nice little humour to it, and it's just such a good game. Number 4. Call of Duty World War II, How to Destroy a Game. The sequel. Yeah, you know, after playing Infinite Warfare, Call of Duty kind of won me back a little bit. I then loaded this game up, and what a boatload of rubbish this game. The campaign is terrible. It is, for the first half, it is just such a bad campaign. The second half, it does get better, and I'm not denying it does. The multiplayer is just full of pew shooty people. There's very little level design, and when you play in the single player, it wrestles control away from you constantly to show you a quick time event or make you look at something, and it just was a very disappointing game. And I know a lot of people have enjoyed playing it, and for me, when I've played classic games like Medal of Honor, the original Call of Duties, the Bad Companies, all these sort of games, they've done everything just way better in World War II. It just, in the World War II sense of things, it doesn't even scale towards them. The second half of the campaign is better, saying that, and zombie mode is very good. But again, I think that's because the first half is so rubbish, you kind of think the second half is better. I'm not sure. But yeah, this is just such a disappointing game, and it's just full of, again, loot crates, and you know it's going to be full of DLC and microtransactions and that sort of thing. But yeah, just... the 4. Bomber Crew. It's like FTL versus World War II. It's a very interesting game. It has a really nice art style. When I first saw it, I was a bit like, I'm not too sure about this. But when you play it, it's just great. It's a challenging, fun game full of nerve-wracking moments that you're like, oh, am I going to survive? I'm not going to survive. And, oh, you don't quite know if you're going to make it. And you've got to repair your engines. You've got to repair damage. Every single mission is intense. It is not an easy game for sure. There's lots of upgrades to do. It's very in-depth, even though it doesn't look like it. And, you know, it's just got that real one more go playability to it. And I love this game. I think it's on the Switch as well. But yeah, it's out on PC. It's about £14-15. And if you haven't played it, go and check it out. 3. Need for Speed, We Want All Your Money. That's what it should be called. Oh my god, this game. I don't even know where to start with how bad this game is. It is to upgrade your vehicle, and I know I'm going to bang on a lot about them, but 2017 is the year of loot boxes. To upgrade your car, you have to unlock random unlocks and loot boxes to improve your engine and stuff like that. The campaign is terrible. It is just a horrible storyline. The handling's not that good. The open world aspect is terrible. You can sit in the middle of daylight in the middle of this fake Las Vegas and not see a single car. The police chases are contrived. They're not fluid at all, and it is just such a disappointing game. It's so itself on being full of heists, but what you gotta do is grind to get that level of a heist, and the grinding's dull. And you have to replay missions and replay races, and the race in particular is full of rubber banding as well. If they don't want you to win, you can't. If your car level's 5% below what you're supposed to be, it's made to be deliberately unfair. It doesn't matter how good you drive, even if you're 1 mile an hour slower, the computer will beat you just because that's how the game's designed. It's just absolutely, EA have just absolutely wrecked this one, and I hope, and I never thought I'd say this would be the last ever Need for Speed, because they've destroyed one of my favourite franchises. I love Most Wanted and stuff like that, and love the original Need for Speed games. Yeah, the graphics are good, the sound's alright, the voice acting's good in parts, but apart from that, no. Just no. Number 3. Ghost Recon Wildlands. I know this might be a bit of a strange choice, but honestly, if I look back at the year, and one of the games I spent the most amount of time on, had the most fun in, and in an open world game, would be this game. I absolutely loved this game. I know a lot of people pulled it for its repetitive gameplay, but the way you'd done the missions, and especially when, even if you didn't have a friend, the computer controlled characters were really good, and they were direct, and with a friend it was even a lot more fun. Setting up where you were going to snipe and having to control areas of the map, taking out the lieutenants and stuff, and each lieutenant was kind of different, and there was like an ultimate baddie in each area, and you could unlock, and there's loads of weapons to unlock, there's thousands of weapons, there was vehicles to drive and fly, and like some of the elements in it were just fantastic. And to be fair, it's been a while since I've enjoyed an open world game, and this was just one I just absolutely enjoyed. I was playing with a friend for a lot of it who had a decent sniper rifle, and he liked to snipe, and I would tend to go in guns blazing, and he would cover me, provide overwatch, and I just liked everything about this game. And there's still bringing DLC and stuff out for it now. And yeah, the graphics are good. It's a fun game. If you kind of skip this one thinking it wasn't very good, if you like your modern military shooters, you'll absolutely love this game. I can really recommend it, and very highly played game, and I think it was very polished and very good. And the second worst game of the year goes to Star Wars Battlefront 2. EA, you bunch of dickheads. Why? I mean, if you've been keeping up with what's been happening in Battlefront 2, I won't even have to explain why this game is on the list. It is just absolutely full. It's pay to win, basically. If you can afford to pay the money to get the star cards, you could win anything on this game. They have had to turn them off because of the amount of backlash. They've had to U-turn on loads of stuff because of the backlash. This game is just absolutely terrible. Do not buy it. It is awful, and it is such a shame that it just ruins on my favourite game. Battlefront, the original Battlefronts were fantastic. The one that came out in 2015 was lacking in so many ways. I thought this was going to make up for it. It didn't. The campaign is not very good at all. The campaign just exists to train you on how to do multiplayer. It even gives you cash and star cards and stuff at the end for completing it. It is also an incomplete campaign as well. In the end, it just goes, well, we're done. That's the campaign over and done with. Get the multiplayer. Just because, obviously, there's going to be DLC there. The graphics are awesome. The sound is fantastic. But apart from that, that's all. It's just crap dressed in diamonds. And the second best game is PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds, which has just dropped on PC as a finished product, so technically can be in the awards. Yay! So this is, for those who don't know, it's a battle royale game. 100 players on one map. You start with nothing, you gotta scavenge your way around and try and survive until the end on an ever shrinking, decreasing map size. So there's basically a circle that goes in and then closes you, and you've got to be there at the end. I've never won, never ever. I have with friends, never on my own. I've been third and second a few times, and that's about it. It is just, it is buggy, it is a mess. The physics are terrible. There's so many problems like glitches and buildings not popping in and stuff like that. But you know what? It is also one of the games I've played the most this year. It's one of the games I've had the most tense moments on this year. One mistake will get you killed. There's no reloading. There's nothing like that. You'll just be standing there and you're like, oh, okay, look out this window, boop, and your head's gone. You're like, for God's sake, and you got to start again. And it's so quick to get back into the game. The gunplay is quite nice. It needs a lot of work. I think that it, on consoles especially, it needs more time. But on PC, it's becoming there. And just you sold 25 million copies of this game. I mean, it's absolutely incredible. It's been one of the gaming news stories, one of the gaming success stories of the year. It has to be in the list. And personally, I really enjoy it. It's also been one of my biggest live streams as well. I live streamed it once and got over 150 views, which never happens to me. So yes, well deserving to be in here. And now it's technically released. It can be. Yay! And the award for the worst game of 2017 goes to Dead Alliance. So this was a game that I'd never really heard of, and I got it through Boomerang Games by mistake. I didn't relist, I forgot about it, to be fair. And it turned out to be my most watched video on my channel this year after Tom Clancy Wildlands. Like thousands of people watched my review of this video. And it is basically a MOBA mixed with zombies, so it's 4-on-4, but in between you are the zombies. And I was like, oh, this sounds interesting. It's just not interesting at all. It's not a very well put together game. Yes, it's priced at a budget kind of level, kind of. There's a single player campaign that is absolutely terrible. Online multiplayer, obviously servers are very quiet. There's not many people on. The bots, the AI is terrible. The AI and the zombie, obviously, as you'd expect, isn't supposed to be great, but you can just walk past them half the time. The gunplay is not very good. The upgrades aren't very good. The graphics aren't very good. If it'd be on the PS3, maybe you might have got away with it, but yeah, this was just an absolute terrible game. I think it only came out on PlayStation 4 and PC as far as I know. But yeah, don't touch it with a barge pole at all. It's not a MOBA and it's rubbish. And the winner of my top game of the year is They Are Billions. Yes, I know most of you going, oh, why is it not this, why is it not that? Sorry, but this is just a fantastic real-time strategy game. It is just one of the absolute best. It's a steampunk game set in a zombie apocalypse. So basically what you've got is a certain amount of days to get your base built and defended against the zombie hordes. You'll get a certain amount of time. You'll get attacked as you go through. And it's not about, you can't spam units. You can't do that. You've got to resource manage your base. And I've never ever played a real-time strategy that's had me this much on the edge, and how one tiny mistake can mean the end of you. Yesterday I was playing and I'd spent about 3 hours building this base up. I left one guy on a single bit of wall. I didn't realize he got killed. My full base was wiped out within about 30 seconds. And games these days don't go for the permadeath kind of thing, or it's like a hidden option. This game is complete and utter permadeath. There's no saving to do. You've got to save and exit out the game. There's no quick save. There's none of this. It'll save when a horde's about to attack you as well. So if you haven't got your defenses, you're absolutely screwed. And it's been a long time since I played a game where I'm sitting there actually like panicking over what's going to happen. And when my base got wiped out, I just sort of sat there with my head in my hands for about 5 minutes going, what the hell? And when I'm finished, I want to play again. I want to get back into it. I want to work on my defenses. I want to keep trying new things. It is an early access, so technically, most people won't put this in the top game awards. This will be one of the games of 2018. Mark my words. Everyone will be playing it. It'll be right up there for one of the biggest sellers on the PC. May even come on the consoles as well. I think it's going to be that big. It is such a fantastic game. And if you've got a PC, just go and get it. It's sold thousands upon thousands of copies already. It is very polished for an early access, and it's going to have campaign mode and everything coming to it. It's just such a great game and well deserving of the Game of the Year award. And there we have it. That's my 15-minute Gamer Awards of 2017. If you agree or disagree, leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. What do you think the best games and the worst games of the year? But I hope you've enjoyed the video either way, and I'll catch you all later. Goodbye.